All right, thank you, Rachel. Well, the National Park Services is celebrating 100 years in 2016, and New Mexico has an abundance of diverse locations in which you can explore the great outdoors. New Mexico Magazine invites you to explore those locations and so much more in their latest issue. Joining us now is Kate Nelson, the managing editor for New Mexico Magazine. Kate, it's good to see you. Usually I'm seeing you up at the museums. So good to see you now working with New Mexico Magazine.
I'm loving my new job. Thank you.
So speaking of, let's get right to the cover story, because I know you wrote extensively on it because you have actually been to all 15.
I've been to all 15 national parks here in New Mexico and love every one of them for very different reasons. There's geology at one, there's history at one, there's native peoples at another one. What we've done in this issue is sort of giving you thumbnails of all of the parks and recommended amounts of time that you ought to spend there.
Oh, that's
great.
great.
The good news is we're not saying it's a week-long backcountry trek.
Right.
These can be nice little day trips with the family, 2 to 4 hours, and take advantage of what the rangers have to teach you, read the brochures, walk the trails, and get to know your state better. It's rare that a state has this many national parks and of such a diversity of history and geology interest. There's Carlsbad Caverns and Chaco Canyon, White Sands National Monument, Fort Union with the Civil War history that happened there. So everyone get out, tick off all 15. By the end of the year, there you'll be.
Now, before we move on to the next one, just very quickly, do you have a favorite? I'm going to put you on the spot.
Oh, you know, the one that I'm at is my favorite. I'm a history geek. So
there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Very cool. All right. So now you also talk about Mora Valley.
Right.
You're recommending doing a road trip. What makes it so special this time of year?
The Mora River Valley, we're going to start you in Las Vegas. So there's historic houses, historic hotels, all that Wild West history there, and as well as an up-and-coming restaurant and nightlife scene. But from there, you can explore the Salmon Raspberry Ranch. If you haven't been there, they have picket fields.
Really? Okay.
And they only weigh the containers filled with the raspberries that you bring out. They don't weigh you. So if you're out in the field eating all the raspberries. Also from there, there's the Cleveland Roller Mill.
Okay.
At one time, the Mora River Valley was the breadbasket of New Mexico. Wheat fields everywhere. They're long gone. But this is one of the grist mills that survived, and it's this massive machinery that ground the grain into flour. And during the summertime, they opened it up, and it's fascinating to take kids to.
Okay.
There's also an alpaca ranch, Victory Ranch. You can hand feed the baby alpacas.
Oh, wow.
Learn how they harvest the wool and the things that they make from it. I've done all of those stops as a solo traveler and with people. It's great either way.
Yeah.
So hit the road and enjoy New Mexico.
Speaking of hitting the road, you went out to Gallup. What's going on out there?
David Pike went out to Gallup and found people that you need to know there. Every August, it's the Gallup Intertribal Ceremonial, which is wonderful. Lots of people go to it. It really turns Gallup into Indian country. But year-round, there are people who are protecting that native life, who are practicing art of all different types of forms, keeping trails and outdoor life alive. And there's an incredible wellspring of military heroism in Gallup.
Wow.
People who've gone the distance for New Mexico, for the nation, and the way that Gallup has recognized them is so honorable.
Yeah.
So we're introducing you to these people and hoping that'll deepen your appreciation of Gallup.
Fantastic. Yeah, which is really great, because a lot of times people are just driving through on a road trip or something. Stop and enjoy it. That's great. Last but not least, food feature. You're going to one of my favorite places. Saw 'em at the Lavender Festival this weekend, Los Poblanos.
It's a beautiful, beautiful historic place. You wander the grounds. There's roses, there's lavenders, there's all of that wonderful agriculture happening. There's also a great restaurant there.
Yeah.
It's a date night place. It's folks are in town for a visit. We interviewed Jonathan Perno, the chef, and he talked about his evolution as a chef and coming into this farm to table ethos. And he also shares with us 4 recipes that will make your patio the star of the summer.
Fantastic.
He does this crazy gutsy thing with a big cut of beef. Put it directly on the wood coals. No grate involved. Turned it on all 4 sides, seared it, and then finished it off in the oven. I would never have the nerve to do it, but oh my goodness, it tasted just like a campfire.
That's fantastic. So very quickly, Kate, where can we get a copy of this?
Almost any newsstand, and if you go to nmmagazine.com, you can subscribe.
Fantastic. We'll see you next month. Kate, again, guys, for more information on what's going on in New Mexico Magazine for the month of August, head over